we must do this one as soon as possible. Not going to be able to plant it with any of the equipment we have. If I bought the Deutz, it still wouldn't be very helpful because it can't run the cultivator or anything. But the Deutz can run the pickup, so that's an option. Anyway, let's have a look at Oxbow. They start with an O, so they are down before R. P Oxbow. There we go. So this is the base game thing, which is a thing, and you can attach drip feed or injector. You get that thing, which is kind of the same, variable speed gear. You can do that, or you can do manure. That's fun. Operating speed 12 miles an hour. And that, as I said before, that may be where you win with these, is they go faster than a tractor hauled spreader. Now this is 16,000 litres, 18,000 litres. Go back, combinations, you can use the same spreader and injector. This is the bigger one and does 25,000 litres of slurry or manure. Have a Zarya Pro, which kind of makes sense. You can sense the crop, although I wouldn't drive one of these out there on growing crop. The manure system will slough up your slurry to make it spread more easily. This is a grape thing. Grape harvester and sprayer. Oh, I see. So you have the harvester configuration. I did see, might have been Millennial Farmer about 2 years ago, was out in California, and overloading harvester. What the heck's an overloading harvester? Does that mean you're dumping it out the back or something? That's weird. And then a sprayer. That's kind of cool. You can do multiple sprays with that. And then you've just got the straight harvester, which collects the grapes in the side, and the overloader dumps here. That's all you've got available on that one. And then this thing is a 12-meter merge. Doesn't do much of anything except merge. Oh well. That is interesting. And like I said, I think it was Millennial Farmer about 2 years ago. California tractor show. It was basically a harvester. You could take the harvester attachments off and put on a spray tank and go out and spray stuff. I'm facing the wrong way. And so that's kind of cool. And I'm not looking in the right direction. That's good. We're in reverse. Oh, that is lowered. That's turned on. Reverse. Reverse is a good direction. So yeah, that's kind of a cool piece of kit. And as I said, seen one in real life on Millennial Farmer's channel. It's kind of cool. But I don't do grape farming, it is the whole sprayer concept on that is an improvement over the little sort of spray with behind the big tractor, and it makes the harvester kind of more useful. See, if I can get a piece of equipment that does more than one job, like a tractor, then that justifies the purchase of it. If I can get a spreader that spreads lime and fertilizer, it's better than a spreader that just spreads fertilizer. So, there's all those sorts of things going on. Being able to buy a thing that will harvest grapes and spray them, I can use the thing for 2 jobs, plus its spray capabilities are far more than a vineyard tractor hauling behind the little round sprayer that does 1 row at a time, maybe 2, maybe 1.5. But yeah, it's a thing. Buying a big giant harvester allows me to harvest multiple different crops. Same with a forage harvester. I can harvest all the crops. It's a good piece of equipment to buy. A potato harvester or a sugar beet harvester or sugar cane or the other thing. What is it? What's the other thing? Cotton harvester. It's a single crop piece of equipment. You really, really, really need to be doing, you need to be running a cotton farm in order to justify spending $500,000 on a cotton harvester. It's just the way it is. Okay, we're up to 11 o'clock. So I think we'll do 2 headlands at the ends. Actually, while I'm doing this, it's not too bad. A course play worker has a real problem with those trees. So this diagonal here and along the top, or this whole section is just worker heck.
I only want 2 presents for you.
Whoops, back up. I want to get that edge as well. I didn't do a good job of that. I still didn't do a good job of that. Let's view from directly above. Let's get the drone out and figure out where we're going here. There you go. Okay, this edge doesn't matter too much. It's at an angle. It's just going to be a pain no matter what we do. That missed bit is a problem. And the mower needs a service. Oh, that's unfortunate. So yeah, once we get this bit done, that diagonal's just going to be a mess. We're actually making... This looks like same yield in grass as we did in corn or maize. Maybe a little bit... Nah, it's a little bit down. 5%. That's sort of okay. And the reason I say that is because it's a different crop. So let's get that lined up, and we'll turn the doodad on. There you go. Okay, and we can, whatever this thing is, GPS this for the rest of the way. I'm not sure. I'm going to look at the yield map on this. So the yield map going through here, oh, the darker orange is worse. But that's still 80%, whether it's this one or this one. I'm going to guess we're getting the same yield, but because the environmental data is worse, is aged, the colour is a little bit darker. So we're not getting a lower yield, but we are getting next stage of soil analysis aging, and it turns black when you've done your last harvest for ever. Still. This is working fine. I'll be doing again alternate rows. It just makes it easier for the tractor to turn around because it's a big tractor. Equipment condition on that mower is probably fix it before the next field. But it is going to be, it's getting progressively more expensive to fix. But it's a mower. It doesn't have an engine in it. It's not super expensive to maintain. And I will turn around. Let's go this way. So what else are we doing today? I think, yeah, as I said, mowing is mowing. We've got this field and that field over there. I could mow that patch if I felt like it, just to top up what's in the bunker. It's not going to be great yield because it's not a field, it's a pasture. Map grass, so you don't get fertilization, nitrogen or anything like that on it. It is what it is. It doesn't affect your environmental score, but it's an extra little bit of grass that will go towards income in June. So we will do that. 37,000. You keep going. I want to go here, and this is worth 44. And the green tractor is worth 71. If I sold the Kubota, I could get the Deutz without any further problems. However, I'm getting the Deutz at 150 horsepower. I kind of want the 185, so an engine upgrade is going to require a loan. But I'm also thinking here, I want a planter this month, and I don't have... I want to be using a planter by the end of the day on this field and on the other field. So going that way, probably going to have to borrow some money to get that borrow a little bit more, I could get the Deutz. And and we could keep the Kubota on staff, and then in June 1 we can repay that debt immediately. So it's kind of a get me through this month loan. We do have the seeding contracts as well. And I think there are a couple of fertilization contracts which we could do as well. The Deutz will be better at doing those than the Kubota would be. Kubota's really getting relegated to very light tractor for almost no jobs at this rate. Although once we get cows, it could be our animal care vehicle, at least somewhat. So stuff we can figure out.
Mommy,
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
If we have time, we'll go to Walmart later and your kids can get
I made these too.
a
At the restaurant, you can have this big one, but you can have this small one right now. I'm saving this one. I might.
Anyway.
Okay, I might do it on home. I'm gonna make another one for you. It's supposed to be a donut.
So that was the other thing I did want to look at is we've got the yield's the same. This is the nitrogen. We are going to have to go, we're going to have to go over this so much because if we plant this with corn, it's going to need 200. And then the lime is negligible difference. So yeah, as we found in the past, lime really doesn't need a lot or make a lot of difference initially, but you lose like a tiny amount every time you cut. But coming out with a lime spreader
time this afternoon.
tops it off and we can get away with using that little spreader.
I'll try not to go in. And
Maybe.
And Daddy will come in with us. So Daddy will pay for it.
No, you can pay for it.
Well, it's like I'm not getting her another present.
if we have time.
Did Murphy already give you this?
Yeah. No, we said we gave him this one. He said
Okay,
that was
still.
the first
We're running through this. I maybe will call this
We're planning to
very,
use
very
it.
soon. So, do I want to keep the Kubota? That's now my question, is do I want to keep the Kubota or just let it go?
Did you lose my spice for
More
Mommy?
tractors means we can do more stuff, so we're more flexible getting stuff done,
Another big one.
but really,
Yeah, another big one.
I
Right
don't
over here.
decisions. Because I think eventually we'd get the M6 or M7 Kubota rather than, I think we
Bring
kind
me your
of,
bag up and I'll take you some clothes.
I gotta get myself some clothes.
Let me see what you get.
yeah, we have the M6. The M7 or M8 would have been a better choice. I was an idiot when I bought that. And I think that goes back to the earlier conversation I was having about liking small farms. When you have a small farm, you tend to prefer a small tractor to run it. It doesn't cost a lot to maintain, and it does all the jobs you need it to do. But that Kubota is just a little bit too small for the farm. As far as a T6 goes, or the Deutz 6, it's a little bit more capable than the Kubota 6 series. Oh, you don't do that, yes. I think I will cut that way. Should let me fill the rest of this out quite nicely. Yeah, you stay on the other side of the road. Really don't be wanting to come over here. You might get chopped up. Alrighty. And this is where the a courseplay worker has issues along the edge, because the tree line gets in the way, the hedgerow gets in the way, and it just doesn't have fun here. Okay, I actually need to move over a row. Let's drop the mower. Oh, and the other thing we did this week is we dropped Disney Channel, so I'm not going to see the rest of the Ahsoka series. And I'm not really worried about it. As far as the series goes, it's kind of meh. But I think that that's the problem. A lot of the series, apart from The Mandalorian, initial couple of series, were really good and really sort of captivating in their story. Most of the rest of them have been sort of, okay, there's a good story here, but get to it already. And this one, I'm still unsure if there is a good story anywhere. So, yeah. Cheaper streaming TV options for a while now. We're sort of pulling in different streaming networks, taking a look at what they've got, and then deciding if we want to keep them or not. Part of the reason was Hulu's just put up their prices, and we had the Hulu Live TV option, except we never really watched any of their live TV, so it's kind of, we don't need the live TV option, so we could go down to basic Hulu. What we discovered doing that is the live TV option has this massive streaming library of stuff that isn't live, and their basic option, you lose most of that. So a lot of the shows that we were watching, you can have 3 seasons of that show rather than the 10 that are on the live TV option. But why are we paying $70 a month for Hulu? So what we've done is we've cut that out, but those shows are on other channels. So maybe we're now looking at, well, what happens if we get Discovery TV? Gives us a lot of other channel options for $5 or $6 a month, rather than jumbled in with Hulu Live for $70 a month. So that's what we're currently looking at. Just, I mean, we stopped having cable TV because that went up to something like $150 a month for the cable TV, and it's like, why are we paying for this when we don't watch any of it? So, yeah. And we were warned by Comcast because we were on a very, very old grandfathered plan. If you mess with your TV options, you will never get this array of channels ever again type of thing for the price that you're getting it. It was like, but we don't watch most of these. So it's not, for us, it's not really a good deal. So we completely dropped the TV. And that is what it is. Okay, it is 11:20. I think we're going to look at winding up. So next week, Mrs. Osa is out of town. And so we'll have a fairly quiet streaming event, I guess. I don't have anything else to do that weekend either, unless I really, really feel the desire to go out and cut the grass or something. But for right now, I think next week's going to be a fairly open weekend. No kids in the house, except the teenager, and she usually doesn't bother me for much of anything. And we will... I honestly don't know what we'll be doing next week. I'll probably end up cutting all this grass off camera and loading up the silage bunker and just getting all of that out the way. And so next time they'll be cultivating this field, seeding the corn or the maize, and really getting things moving on. June 1st there will be sales of grass silage once that's finished fermenting, which is one of the reasons why I want to get this done as fast as possible, or as early as possible in May, so that we can get the money coming in early in June. I don't think that's going to be a problem for us. We should be able to get the money in early in June. There should be further contracts as soon as we hit June 1, first hour of June 1. There will be more contracts, so we can pick those up. There weren't any baling contracts, surprisingly. So we don't have any of that to do, and we don't have to bale if we do hay contracts. We can just pick up the hay in the loading wagon and get that done. But so maybe June is when we're going to see grass contracts coming in. But I think for now I will wish you all well. I'll take the camera, and we will have, I will say, have a good week. Thanks for watching, and for now I'm out of here. Have fun, everybody.